Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you all doing? How is everybody doing today?
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Well, we
Absolutely.
we are global. Confidence culture conversation goes global every Tuesday. So let me greet you with all the many greetings. Elizabeth, how are you, Elizabeth?
Oh, I'm doing well. It's been a bit of a busy day, but I am
Mm-hmm.
good.
Good.
I'm good, thank
That's
you.
great to hear. That's great to hear.
And how are you, madam?
Madam is just recuperating after an awesome, tiring, celebrative weekend.
Awesome, tiring. Okay, okay. So for those that have joined us today, if you're watching, just put it in the comment section. Please say happy birthday to Kirubai. It
Oh,
was her birthday on Saturday. So, as you'll have seen in the description of the video, she hit a milestone. I mean, every year is a milestone, but there's some milestones that are bigger than others. And this was a milestone that she hit. Um, Kirubai, should I reveal it? I did. I
why not?
revealed it on social media anyway.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
So, believe it or not, but my amazing co host is actually 60. Believe it or not. Like, honestly, I'm still trying to understand how you're just 60. I said I need to check your birth certificate.
Yes, I remember you said that on the day of the celebration. Yes, we thank God. We thank God that I can still look amazing. I want to be confidently saying this, looking amazing, turning 60. Well,
That's it.
I mean, by the grace of God, this is truly by the grace of God, and I want to give thanks and my gratitude towards my parents for good genes, and
That's
also
it.
God, God for keeping me, preserving me for such a time as this.
Mm,
So I'm elated. I'm looking forward to entering this new jubilee, a new era in confidence. Elizabeth, it was great to see you and Tunji, and I loved the way. I mean, you were shy, but Tunji was dancing Jerusalem. I was like, ooh, I want to follow his steps. The, yes, the
wow.
confidence he had on the on dance floor, it was amazing. Did you have a good time, Elizabeth?
I can't believe you just said I was shy. I'm still trying to get over that.
No, you didn't come onto the dance floor. I was trying to.
I did at some point.
Oh, you did. I missed it.
I did at some point, and then I went over to the dessert table and I was having a chat to the amazing ladies that were hosting.
Okay, so you kind of connected and you networked and
Absolutely.
you worked the room with your confidence,
Exactly.
knowing you.
While some people were working the dance floor, I was working the room.
Whoop. That's the way. That's the way forward, girl. Working the room, building confidence in others by your chatting, by your warmth, and by just embracing people and saying, "Hey, here I am. Here I am. This is Elizabeth filling the room."
You know me too well. You know me too well.
Yes.
It's interesting because I was having a chat to the ladies that were doing the serving,
Mm-hmm.
and as they mentioned their names, I was like, "Ooh, those names sound interesting." So I was asking them, "What do your names mean?" And one of them mentioned that she didn't know the meaning, but I think the gentleman came and mentioned the meaning of her name, and I think for one of them, her name meant sacrifice, and I thought that was interesting.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't connect with the girls. I was kind of being the hostess with the mostess. But you know what? Probably I am maybe in a couple of weeks time I'm going to go for a meal and just to thank them personally for the good service.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So, for those that don't know, Kirubai got some moves. I saw a different version of Kirubai on Friday night. So let me let you in case you don't know Kirubai. So Kirubai has an amazing gift. She plays an instrument, a
Mhm.
guitar for that matter. I have got the video evidence on my phone. I just did not get round to putting it on here to show you guys, but she led us in a couple of songs and it was just amazing as she started playing the atmosphere in the room. um yes, it took us to a place. It took us to a place. And that was amazing. It was amazing to be there because obviously I have heard that you play and you have mentioned it to me, but I hadn't yet been in the room while you are playing. So it was such an honor to be in the room while you played. And then when the DJ started playing some songs, who got on the dance floor? Whoa! I said to myself, what is Kirubai on this evening? Because she has got some moves.
I let my hair down, Elizabeth. I just wanted to have some good, clean fun with my
And
friend.
you did.
Yes.
It
It's,
was it was amazing to see. You know, it's interesting because Tunji kept on saying that I love the way everyone's just enjoying themselves.
yeah.
They're happy. They're enjoying themselves. So that was great. So thank you for having us at your amazing celebration.
You're most welcome. As I shared on the as my speech, I would say it was not a speech. It was not curated. It was just from my heart. And
Exactly, it was.
yes, and having all the people that mean to me, and people that I've met along the way, people who have just come alongside with me. I just wanted to be there to just bless them, and
Mhm.
as even as they are a blessing to me. And it's just a time of celebration and letting your hair down.
That's it. That's it. Absolutely. So let's get into the conversation for this evening. We want to have a conversation around age and confidence. How does our age affect our confidence? Because like I was saying at Kirubai's party, she was like there was no stopping her. She was dancing and she was basically like controlling that room. She was in charge. So and that's 60, right? That's six. Like you were you were vibrant, and it just goes to beg the question of how does our age affect our confidence, if at all? Because we have different scenarios. I've got a 4-year old and she can be super confident
Mhm,
sometimes.
mhm.
It's almost like kids are born with this confidence, like they have no fear until something happens or until they're exposed to different situations. But as we're going on in life, our confidence kind of peaks and troughs.
Mhm, mhm.
So, does our age have anything to do with it?
I think, let me be very honest with you. With Jenna, she doesn't know the word fear. She doesn't have fear.
Mm.
And the video that you guys sent me greeting me was amazing. I would share it soon with a social. I mean, a couple of days now. I'd be like, not out,
Once you recover.
it was having to just sit and relax, and we went away. But no, coming back to the point, the video that Jenna spoke, and she was so confident. She didn't care because she doesn't know the meaning of fear.
Mm.
And that's where I think the rubber hits the road. Our
Mm.
confidence dwindles for fear of what people will say.
Wow, okay.
This is a very South Asian culture where we are um, so engrossed with what other people will say about us.
Mm.
And and to tell you the truth, Elizabeth, I had to work those things out of my system. It was a mindset that I had to work. And I said, I told my husband, I am going to work the floor, like what you said. I just wanted to be there, do, and many people did come and say, "Oh, I don't see, I didn't know you had this side to yourself." But you know what? I wanted to make a statement.
Mm.
It was appropriate for me to let my hair down. I can't do that in some places where I need to have appropriate behavior. But this is a party, a celebrative party. I want my friends to come together and dance with me and celebrate my life.
Mm.
So fear actually kills our confidence. Age, sorry, go
Mhm.
on.
No,
Let
no,
me let
no.
me
I was just about to say. So where does age come into it, if at all?
So as you grow older, as you as you grow older, a little older and a little older, you pick up the senses of things that surround you. Oh, I'm afraid to do that. I'm afraid to do this. And then slowly people intimidate you. Narcissistic people work on your confidence, and then
Mm.
and you might be trapped in a relationship that's really pulling down your confidence, or you might lose confidence because you're in depression.
Wow.
So
Mm.
there are so many factors that affect us. Age, yes, age is one big factor. A lot of women, because they're not confident with how they look, they go and do a lot of things to change the facade. I mean, I'm not against it, neither I'm for it. Today I sit here with nothing on my face because you know what? This is raw, my raw self, and that's now. And it doesn't matter. But what
Mm.
matters is your inside, how
Yeah,
it comes
inside.
out. Yeah,
Mm.
what comes out in that beauty of God's creation that comes forth with beauty. And that shines. You cannot hide that, Elizabeth. Like what you say, grace, the grace that you carry
Mm.
shines through your confidence.
That's it. That's it. I I love what you're saying there. And as you were talking, one thing I was thinking about was some of the work that I do when I go into schools. And we noticed that when you go into secondary schools, so the younger ones in secondary school, like um the year sevens, as it is here in the UK,
Mm-hmm.
are a lot more confident
Mm-hmm.
than the year 11s.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like as you are a teenager or you're in that space of being a teenager, there's a lot more pressure.
Mm-hmm.
And then their confidence is really shaken. Their
Mm-hmm.
confidence is questioned as they're growing. And it's a case of really fighting for your confidence,
Mm.
so to speak. Because you can go into a school and tell a year 11, stand up and read this, and they'll shy away. I had a young lady cry before. I just said, just stand up and read this. She cried. I said, okay, sit down and read it. She cried. She said, no, I can't do it, miss. I won't do it. And
Wow.
she walked out of the room. She got so emotional and she walked out of the room. She was too scared. Like it's sort of like they're too much into themselves and they're
Mm-mm.
so concerned about what people think. So they
Mm-hmm.
fear that, standing up, being out there is going to make people think of them different. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see the year sevens, you say, read something, miss, I want to do it, I want to do it. Then you get the year 11s, and that's only, that's a few years gap in between.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
something happens in those years that they then become kind of timid and closed. So, interestingly, as I'm here chatting to you, and you're at 60, and like looking back at your life and looking at your the different ages, has your confidence peaked and troughed? Has it kind of increased as you have, experienced more in life?
Yeah.
because experiences can affect our confidence,
Mm-hmm.
positive and negative. And you mentioned fear earlier on.
Mm-hmm.
We get exposed to more things that we can potentially get more fearful or
Mm-hmm.
actually get more confident.
Mm-hmm. I'm being reminded of this story. Huh? I mean, in the Garden of Eden,
Mm.
Adam and Eve,
Mm-hmm.
they were naked,
Mm-hmm.
and God visited them in the cool of the day every day. And when they were exposed to the sin of eating the apple, fear came because it was fear. They were fearing, and they felt naked.
Mm.
So they felt naked, they were hiding away from God. And this is the same scenario. You see, when a child just naked, clear of all the challenges, all the rubbish they pick along the way.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jenna to you today. 4-year-old, confident, takes the camera, smiles, speaks to anyone, and the added value is yourself, Elizabeth, and your husband, Tunji. You're
Mm.
encouraging the child. But as they grow older, like how Adam and Eve, they discovered themselves. Oh, we are naked. And then trouble starts.
Mm-hmm.
But this is where we need to stop, even our young people around us,
Okay.
our young women, our young children. We need to confidently say, come on. Confident enough to say you can make that mistake and work
Mm.
work the mistake towards the positive.
That's it. That's
Mm,
it. That's it. You know, and as you mentioned women, right? Um, Thinking about how sometimes you can be either in a group or just somewhere and someone will ask your age.
mm.
And I somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but in my experience, I've found more women kind of shy to say their age. Like they kind of get offended, like, why are you asking me my age? It's interesting, you know, today, I think was it today or yesterday? Yesterday, one of the students asked me, because I was in the school yesterday, one of the students asked me, Miss, how old are you? And I like that question nowadays. I don't shy away from the question. When someone asks me, how old are you? I respond with, what do you think? I throw the question back at them to see what their response would be. And sometimes they're like, oh, I don't want to get it wrong. You know, and in most cases they guess a younger age, so I'm cool with that. You know, she literally slashed 10 years off my age and I was so happy. But really, does our age actually affect our confidence at all?
I think it does.
You think it does?
Yes.
Okay.
I've become more confident now than I was before.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So for those that are watching, what do you think? You know, it can be a yes or no, or you can share your thoughts. Does our age affect our confidence? Kirubai says it does. I'm wondering whether I should say it does or it doesn't.
Well,
But
I'm sure you say no.
do you know what? It does to an extent. It does to an extent because the 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 older we are, the more exposed we have been to situations, to life,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so it's, I mentioned earlier on about kind of getting to a stage where it's almost like you're fighting for your confidence.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more fear than confidence, and you have to really fight to be confident. But as a child, you've experienced less. And so, like you were saying, Kirubai, that for someone like Janaya, who's only 4 years old, she can be confident. But then there's also kids her age who are not confident. So it's about the things that we're exposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as yes, age can have an impact on our confidence. I think there's some people, and this is me with saying this with all humility, but there's some people who are a lot older than me, but I think I'm more confident than they are. And also, again, that's because of experiences.
Mm.
It's because of of what they have
They've gone through.
experienced
Yeah.
in their life, and because our stories are different as well. So yes, age can have an impact, but because our journeys have been different,
Mm.
so I think our, as much as our confidence is impacted by our age to a degree, it's probably maybe like a 20/80. So age 20, but experiences 80.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of a ratio, or 10/90, something like that is the ratio I would go for. I don't know what you have to say on that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. I I agree to the extent of the fact is that age does affect your confidence, but I think you need to turn it towards your own advantage.
Hmm. Okay, take us there. Take us. Let's turn it. Let's turn it to our advantage.
Um, a simple example. COVID came. I refused to color my hair. Okay, you don't have any access to your hairdresser.
Okay.
Okay, and then I decided, okay, two
Mm-hmm.
years from now I will be 60, and I want to embrace salt and pepper hair color. Just a transition. So I was working on the transition, working on the transition, but I had a lot of people coming against me,
Mm.
saying, why do you do this? What's wrong with you?
Oh, wow.
Why don't you color your hair? There was a lot of things. Nobody was encouraging me.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I said, no, I want to grow old gracefully. Okay. And it's nothing wrong. People who want to have a stark black head hair, I have no problems, or colored hair. You're 60, 70, 80, 90. It's up to you. But I choose to look different. So because of this hair color, a lot of people stop and say, that's an amazing color.
Mm.
Okay. So it gives me room for a conversation.
Okay, it's a conversation starter.
Yes. So I know I have people, especially on the tube, young people want to give me their seats. So I start a conversation. So it gives me a lot of attention.
Mm.
It gives me a lot of attention. Not that I'm seeking for the attention, but it's a conversation piece, a conversation opener for me to share. So
Mm.
I've picked up a lot of conversations like this just because of my hair. I choose not to listen to some of my friends to say, color your hair, go back to your colored hair. I choose not to.
Yeah, no, that's really good, and I applaud you for that. Even with the comments that you were getting from people close to you. I remember at some point when my mom used to dye her hair, and it got to a stage where she was like, "Hang on a minute, why am I dyeing my hair?" And we were like, "Mom, why are you dyeing your hair? Gray is cool. Just embrace it. Just let it be." And now she saves herself because she doesn't have to dye her hair, so she's saving a little bit of money on not having to buy dye.
Mhm.
And yes, she's got gray hair, and actually, I remember when I started seeing gray strands in my hair, and I knew like people noticing that, oh, you've got grey hair. And I'm like, yeah, Proverbs says grey hair is a sign of wisdom, so it's all good. Embrace it. I am not pulling my grey strands out. They are right at the front, and they will shine. They will shine as I shine.
Yes, yes.
You know, but yeah, it's just to encourage the people out there that maybe they're getting older and feeling like their confidence is not where it should be. What would you say to that person, Kirubai?
What I would say is let down your hair.
What if they haven't got hair to let down?
If you have a wig, let off your wig. Go bald. Do something that you have never done before.
I like that. I like that. Do something that you have never done before. Do you know that's one of the things that can help our confidence?
Mm-hmm.
Doing something that you have never done before.
Mm-hmm.
Trying a new experience.
Yes.
Wow. No, that's a good one. That's a good one. That is a good one. So Kirubai, you would say that you're a lot more confident now than you were 5, 10 years ago?
Definitely. Definitely.
Mm.
Definitely. Definitely. I think I'm more exposed to to people that I'm in the right sphere. Put it this way, a right spheres of influence.
Awesome. You're connected to the right people.
Exactly. Connected to the right people, people who are pushing me invisibly in front and say, hey, shine.
Mm.
So, one of those things that I want to share with you is being in the right company and also having a mentor in your life.
You like that one. You like that one. That's
Yes,
good. That's
yes.
good.
I think Elizabeth, I think you and I, we have strived and we have strived and thrived when we have had someone to mentor us.
Mm.
And any age that mentoring helps you grow.
It does.
Like as parents, you're mentoring little Jenna.
Mm.
And for the longest time, I never had a mentor.
Wow.
We have parents, yes, their parents give the best. And that whatever they know, they share with us.
Mm.
But they're also caught up with working, running a home. It's lovely to find someone who can, you identify with and say, hey, can you mentor me? Can you guide me? And I think you will make the person will be so proud to speak into your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that really helps confidence, really helps your confidence.
Mm. Yeah, and it's this conversation I think is very interesting because yes, our age exposes us to different experiences, but I think just putting the age thing to one side, the key is to really work on your confidence, regardless of your age. Regardless of your age. If you see somewhere that you are lacking confidence, start to do things that will boost your confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Kirubai mentioned something about trying new things. So even as a young person, try something new. Don't keep putting off certain things and saying, when I get to this age, when I get to this age, when I get to this season of my life, that's when I'll do this. No. What if you never get to that season of your life?
Yeah.
What if you never get to that age? So if there's something that you can try and start doing today, start doing it. If there's something that you can do to grow your confidence, sometimes even just being, Kiruba, you mentioned about mentors, but having one thing that's really important aside from being in the right network or being connected to the right people is having people of different generation in your circle.
Oh, yes, definitely. Most
Having
definitely.
people of different generations in your circle, so
Mm-hmm.
have people that are older than you that you can glean from.
Mm-hmm.
People
Mm-hmm.
that you can observe, and they can share some life experiences and you can learn from it. It can
Mm-hmm.
help your confidence too.
Mm-hmm.
They can share what they went through and you can learn from it. Have people that are younger that you can show the ropes to. You can
Mm-hmm.
you can teach down to. Have people that are like you, that are in your bracket,
Mm-hmm.
that you can boost each other's confidence. one of the things that I like about the people I'm connected with is I have people of different generations.
Mm.
And I'm one of those people that I'm the last born in my family, and I always for the longest time wanted younger siblings. For the longest time, I wanted younger siblings. But I got to a stage where I started to realize, wait, there's no more younger siblings coming. So I'm going to go out and make my own younger siblings. I'm going to go and adopt younger siblings. So I have a tendency I have a mothering nature about me. And I
Mhm.
have a tendency to take on like younger people. Whether it's to mentor them or just to be an auntie to them, I do that quite a bit. But I can speak to some of them now who've grown up now, and they're like, wow, auntie, thank you for being there. Thank you for, the time that you spoke this to me, the time that you did this for me. And it's amazing. Even that boosts my confidence. It boosts
Mhm.
my confidence. So
That's
being
right.
being able to have different people around you of different ages. Don't just look for people that are the same age as you. Find other people who are going through different life experiences, and you can learn from what they're going through.
It's always finding someone to add value. That's a very, very good point about
Mm.
finding people from different age brackets, that will speak into your life, that will be able to guide you, that will be able to, show you the ropes.
Mm.
It's like now I teach a guy teach a 14-year-old boy to cook Malaysian food because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's a challenge that he he's one of the things that he has to do for the Duke of Edinburgh challenge. So
Amazing.
he comes to the house and he learns how to cook with me, and it's so interesting to talk to him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we learn. It's a time of exchange. I'm learning from him, and he's learning from me. Very, very good mannered guy, boy, and I'm happy to spend like 2 hours chatting away. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And and you know what? Like you might be watching this and you're thinking, how can I get like people of different ages in my circle. I remember one time listening to TD Jakes, and he said this about having people that you can glean up to, people that you
Hmm.
can reach out to, and people that you can teach down to. We all have something to give, and sometimes it's even just a case of being a present auntie or uncle
Hmm.
for somebody, because you just never know how they're going to benefit from your presence in their lives. I remember one time going for I think it was a Jesus Culture conference, and one of the pastors that ministered talked about relationship of the different generations. And as he was talking, I was smiling to myself because I was, when I planned to go for the conference, I looked
Hmm.
at it, I was like, Jesus Culture, yes, I love them. I'm going. Young people, I was going from, it was in Manchester. It was the first time they were coming. I lived in Bristol. I was like, I'm going. And at the time, I lived with my mom, and I mentioned to my mom, oh, mom, I'm going for this conference. I'm going for Jesus Culture. And my mom literally looks at me and says, why are you not taking me along?
Oh, good one.
Because I told her it's going to be a time of spiritual refreshing, and I was excited. And she said to me, why are you not taking me along? And I was like, oh, mom, I didn't know you would like to come. Because in my head, I was like, it's Jesus Culture, it's young
Yeah,
people.
yeah.
So I had automatically, I didn't even ask her if she would like to come. I just automatically assumed that she didn't want to come. But my mom, she challenged me, and I said, okay, mom, I will sort it out. You're coming with me. And so I remember just going online, booking her ticket, and I was so excited. And as that message was being preached, I sat there and I was happy. I was so happy that I wasn't by myself. I had brought mom along. She was enjoying God's presence. We were worshiping God together. We were We were two different generations, and at some point they said, all the people above this age, please stand up. And you could tell, though, you could count the number of people that were mom's age that stood up in that auditorium, and there were probably over 2,000 people. But you could see the distinction. And I just said, you know what, God, thank you, because I have different generations close to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have people that I'm close to who are in different age brackets, and I can learn from them. And the Bible talks about the older women teaching the younger
Yes.
women. So
Yes.
every young woman needs to have an older woman around her, or an older woman close to her, that she can glean from. It's so important.
Your mom's lovely, Elizabeth. She
Thank
is lovely, and
you.
you have her disposition. You really carry your mom's spirit, no? It's so much alike, and mom's so
You
lovely.
should meet my dad.
Yes,
But no, thank you.
yes, yes. We all have to be Elizabeths to the Marys.
Yes. 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 And you know what? When Mary met Elizabeth,
Yes,
her confidence was boosted.
yes, because they spoke the same language. They both were carrying babies,
Mm,
and the baby leaped in
yes.
Elizabeth's womb.
Mm,
Baby John leaped because the joy. Sometimes it's like, we were talking about covenant friendships. Sometimes that's what it is.
mm,
Friendships,
absolutely.
yeah, covenant friendships, and these kind of connections, covenant connections, they propel you to grow in confidence in every area of your life.
Mm, mm. And you know what? Let's not be afraid to learn from the different generations,
Mhm.
to learn from the younger, to learn from the older. Every generation has something to bring to the table. Every generation has something to bring to this confidence conversation. And I like that even here, myself and you, Kirubai, we're not the same age. We're not age mates. In fact, I should be like auntie. I should be calling you auntie. You know, why are you laughing, Kirubai?
Don't auntie me. Yeah, I mean, yes, we are. I mean, our age gap is quite large, but you
Mm,
know what? We are connected. We
that's it.
speak the same language.
Mm.
We speak the
You-
same language.
did you just tell me not to auntie you?
Yes.
Did I tell you one time I was on the tube? It was myself and Tunji. I don't know if Janaya was with us. Maybe I don't think she was with us. It was myself and Tunji. And then as we were standing because the tube was fairly busy, and all of a sudden, this young gentleman, a Chinese guy, stands up and says, "Auntie, do you want my seat?"
Hey!
Wait. I was so blown away. I was so surprised. I was laughing. I was like, "Did you just call me auntie?"
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, Tunji said earlier on, age is just a number,
Yeah.
and we shouldn't let our age be a hindrance to our confidence.
Mhm.
We need to put the work in. Put the work in to get more confident. Don't think that you will automatically be confident. Confidence is not automatic.
Mm. You have to,
It's not.
you have to thrive for it.
You have to put the work in.
Mm.
You have to expose yourself to certain things to grow in your confidence. If you want to be better at speaking, start speaking. You can't get better if you never attempt. If you want to get better at doing something, give it a try. Give it a try. Go out there, introduce yourself to people. Start networking. Start Start meeting new people, grow your circle, grow your network. And actually, if you're in London, come and join us at the Kingdompreneurs Meetup
That's
to
right.
grow your network.
Mm. Your network is your net worth.
There you go.
If you're
There you go. And
invisible,
you don't have to be a certain age. You don't have to be a certain age. This is not like, this particular age only. No, 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 no. We're open to all ages, the millennials, the older generation, the middle-aged, whatever
the
it is.
baby boomers. In talking about that, I saw a very good present. It was a presentation by one of the John Maxwell guys talking about the different uh, scenarios, the age groups, and how they relate to one another. In fact, I saw it on Facebook. Did you watch it, Elizabeth?
I'm not sure. Maybe I did.
Yeah, and it was very interesting how this chap explained. It was quite lately I did watch. The reason why we are sharing this is because Elizabeth and I are both qualified John Maxwell's trained coach
Mm,
speakers. So we tend to use a lot of John Maxwell's um, training materials. And if you're really thinking about getting yourself trained, I think it's a good platform to be. Or if
mm.
you want something more one to one, join Elizabeth, because she's the coaching queen.
So are
And
you, Kirubai.
yeah, coaching queen in a different sense, where yes, we attract different age groups probably. And never say never say die, but always say try.
You had that. Always say try. There you go.
And
Words of wisdom from the amazing Kirubai.
you can be 80 years old, you can be 90 years old. I mean, I read an article lately of a young man who's 90, went into college.
I saw a video of a lady who was I think she was in her 80s, and she was doing like gymnastics. And it literally said they thought I wouldn't
Yeah.
because of my age. And
Mhm.
she was doing things I can't even do. I was like, woman, don't break something. But you know what? Honestly, don't let your age be a hindrance. Don't let your age be a hindrance. There are things that God has put in your hands to do. Don't keep using the excuse of your age. Don't keep using the excuse of your age. Now, just to kind of close this conversation, I'm going to maybe just say a bit about what we are doing. So, we would like to take confidence culture conversations in women's ministries, in churches, in organizations, wherever. So, if you are watching today and you think that the conversations that we're having here would be great in your environment, please feel free to get in touch with us. Um, Last week and even today, I was in a church speaking to a group of women and some gentlemen, and we did a workshop on gratitude. And today we did one on self-care, and I've got one coming up on financial well-being. So
Mhm.
it's different things that we can bring into this confidence culture conversation, and actually bring to where you are, whether
Mhm.
it's an online conversation or workshop, or whether it's a face-to-face. Please get in touch with us and let's have that conversation. Like Kirubai mentioned, we are both Maxwell leadership certified coaches, speakers, and trainers. So if you've got any needs, leadership related, communication, personal development, we can definitely help you on that. Kirubai, where can people find you?
Well, you can find me in all social medias except for Twitter. I mean,
I
I'm
like
not
that.
doing.
That's easy to say. That's easy to say. So I think for me, you can find me on literally all of them, at least the ones that are common.
Mhm.
There's some out there that we don't even know about, but the common ones you can find us on there. And if you're struggling, just go in Google, type our names, and I'm sure something will come up. Just before we say goodbye, can I ask for your help? So I have been nominated. I have reached the finalist, I'm an award finalist for a Women in Business Award, and
Mhm.
I have been nominated for the Positivity Award.
Well done.
So thank you very much. I could do with your help in getting those votes in, getting those votes in. The more votes, the better. It gives me a better chance of winning. So if you have voted, thank you very much. If you haven't yet, please do so. The link is on my Instagram. The link is on my Facebook. I'm sure Kiruba has shared it somewhere too.
I
But
have voted.
honestly,
I voted for you.
you voted, woohoo! I've had people message me saying they voted. Sadly, there was someone in America that messaged me and said, for whatever reason, it didn't allow her. Is she
Yeah,
American? Actually, I'm not sure if she's in America now,
I saw
but for
that
whatever
message.
reason, it didn't allow her to vote. And I was
Hmm.
like, ooh, that's not right. That's one extra vote. But anyway, your votes count towards me winning.
Matters.
So please go out and vote. I think that's us done for today, Kirubai, right?
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely, I think a very interesting conversation today. Like always, does age have an effect on your confidence? So you've heard it from the horse's mouth. So go out there and think how you're going to do things differently. And
Hmm.
Elizabeth and I are here ready to help. Once again, we are ready to help. Women of different generation, but coming together to build confidence for such a time as this, because we are making a movement of confidence culture women, confidenced cultured women for such a time as this.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Tunji, for sharing the link on there.
Ah, well
Just
done.
just one final thing before we go. We will not be here next week.
Ah,
Um, except Kirubai, we pre-record and then we schedule it. But we will not be here next week because I have a church conference
oh yes,
next week.
yes.
So if we are able to, we will pre-record
Mm-hmm.
and we will put it out there. It will schedule and it will come on at the usual time. Just that it will be pre-recorded, so we might not be responding to the comments in the moment, or we might be. Who knows? But we'll try and see what we can do. We might pre-record something. We haven't done it before, but I think it's worth doing. Kirubai, what do you think?
Yes, why not? Trying something new.
Why
Motion.
did I ask the question?
Motion in
You had
action.
to throw that back at me.
Motion in action, Elizabeth.
Okay, so you had it. We're gonna try something new. So next week you will get something that has been pre-recorded. You will get it like we're getting it now. That's how you'll get it. Just that we won't be able to put your comments on in the moment. But thank you so much for watching. Please share. Please like. Help us to grow the audience and to spread the word about confidence culture conversations. We will be bringing some guests pretty soon. If you know a confident Christian woman who would like to be a guest, please get in touch as well. Let us know who that woman is and we can have a conversation with them. But God bless you.
God bless you and have a wonderful week ahead.